At the end of this, what I want you to do, Terry, editing wise, I want you to put the entirety of the Prince of Persia movie after the episode's done, but I want it in like times 100 speed. So it just like plays super quick. You know what I mean?
And then just have like random slow mo moments, like zoomed in on Jake Gyllenhaal's face,
Right,
just
right,
so
right.
people know it's there.
Yeah, yeah. I just, Terry, we don't value your time and we think
You think
that
you're a joke?
we think you're a joke. We think the editing,
Subpar. You should have been
we think
here. What were you even
hey,
doing today?
if you can't complain about us asking for future edits if you're not going to show up. You know what I mean? Because now we're just going to make your job hard.
Agreed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Double Kick Bonus Level. My name is Patrick Sawyer. With me today is one of my illustrious co-hosts. He hates sand because it's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Zachary Schatz.
I hate sand. What's going on, ladies and gents?
One day, Shots, we will do a full Star Wars episode where we'll talk all about the dialogue of that movie.
I would love that.
Mhm, mhm. How you been, buddy? What have you been up to?
I've been I for sure have been a lot of work, a lot of work.
Hmm.
Work has been just abysmal.
Sure, sure.
So if we could like just do this full time, that'd be great. I would much rather do this
I would
than my
love
actual
for
job.
this to just blow up and we could both just walk off into the sunset talking about video game movies. That'd be
I will
great.
never look back.
Right.
We'll start up that channel for you, World's Worst Gamer.
Oh my god. Yeah, all the,
Easy.
the spin-offs would go crazy.
It's been also go crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just been a lot of work, a lot of stress there.
Hmm.
Trying to take an hour or two for myself at the end of the night, but usually I'm just so tired I end up going to bed.
Yeah, yeah. Taking time for yourself is definitely important, and I
It is.
definitely recommend.
I try. It doesn't
Yeah.
always work, but I try.
Are you still mostly just Marvel Rivals, or has anything else been grabbing your attention in your free
Uh,
time?
yeah, Rivals is definitely still the GOAT. Hey,
Right,
someday,
right,
eventually, I'll have something different to talk about, but the newest
right.
season did just start, season 5, yesterday came
Okay.
out with, our favorite ex-boy, the Cajun himself, Gambit.
Oh, I'm about to make a
Oh,
name
yeah,
for myself.
boy, you know how long I've been waiting for this?
Incredible. So, okay, I I've never really understood this concept. So, like, obviously, with like a big multiplayer game like Fortnite or Marvel Rivals or something like that, when you say a new season drops, obviously you're talking new characters. Are we also talking like a new storyline type of deal?
Yeah,
Or
actually.
okay,
So, like, there's a loose not even loose, there's a story, and it's just told through these things called gallery cards, sort of like
okay,
still images, just artwork of whatever the plot point is, and it has, like, a wall of text that you can read and stuff like that. There's, each character has 3 things of lore, and, like, I think the furthest any character has gotten so far is, like, 2, like,
okay,
new lore, sections will open up for certain characters and that like gives tidbits of the story. You'll get new maps and areas, obviously the new characters, and it's all kind of like its way of storytelling.
okay, okay.
So
What
like
is like the storyline for this season then?
love,
Ooh,
funny enough.
tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So basically, the whole a quick like spark notes of the story
Mhm.
is that Doom is fighting Doom.
Okay, okay.
So he's fighting a different version of himself, and he's trying. I think one is like Earth Prime Doom, we'll say,
Mhm,
and the other one is like
mhm.
2099 Doom,
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
future Doom.
Yeah,
And the Prime Doom is trying to get this item called Chronovium. And I don't know, it's just like some like material that's like all powerful or whatever.
okay.
And from them fighting, they cause a time stream disturbance, and they caused like basically all the different multiverses to collapse in on each other, kind of like multiverse, like
Naturally.
Spider-Man,
Yeah, yeah.
like exactly like that actually.
Mhm.
And so like the Psylocke from the game isn't necessarily the same Psylocke that the Wolverine knows that's also in this game.
Oh, okay,
Like
okay.
they know of each other, but they're like, you're not my
Right.
Wolverine.
Right, right.
You're a different Wolverine."
Mhm,
So this premise of this one is Rogue and Gambit were tying a knot. They were getting married. Gambit made a deal with the Grandmaster to give him two stones. One, I believe, is like a stone that lets Rogue control her powers,
okay.
so she doesn't have to wear gloves and all that. And the
Mhm.
other one fixed the lobotomy in Gambit's head, so he's no longer crippled and he actually has
Oh,
full control over his powers.
okay, okay.
And I didn't know a lot about Gambit, but apparently he's an Omega level mutant, but because he got like done dirty, he's not.
Okay,
But
okay.
he's
I
back.
didn't know that either,
He's
yeah.
back, baby.
But we're so back.
And like
Okay.
literally during the wedding, like Emma, Wolverine, Magneto, and Cyclops are all there. So they tease Cyclops. He's not in the
Mhm.
game yet, but they showed him off. Um, and then, like, literally, as Gambit goes to put the ring on Rogue's finger, it was really cool. The time stream like erupts in the middle of the ring, and it like
Mhm.
blasts them all apart, and then they get transported to whatever the new map is. The map comes out next week, so we haven't really seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And yeah, so that's
Interesting.
basically the spark note of it.
That's cool. I like when games like that, like, try to build on that type of, like, world building, you could say.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Love is a powerful thing, man.
Love is a
Love
power.
is a powerful thing.
Like too, when you start up the game, it gives you like this giant like a giant wall of like lore and like a message from the devs basically,
Yeah.
and every season is different. And like in the first paragraph it talks about like, Marvel has been riddled with strong couples throughout the years, and it mentions
Mhm.
Peter Parker, Jean Grey, stuff like that, and like their pairings have been like so iconic that it still like sparks debates today and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mhm.
it's cool.
That is cool. That is cool. You know, shots. I love love, and you know what else I love?
What do you love?
I love American football,
Ooh,
baby. And let me tell you, shots. Let me tell you, this has been a weird NFL season. We're about halfway through now. It's week 12, week
yeah,
11, week 12. I forget as we record this. But, buddy, the New England Patriots are currently the number one team in the NFL. We're so
it's
back.
so back.
We're
I can't even
so
be
back.
happy for you because like that's nothing new.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. So, like, yes, I want to talk about this a little bit. Um, obviously, the Patriots, I grew up the era of Tom Brady. He came in for an injured Drew Bledsoe in the year 2000. He saved the team and he brought them to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Right.
2001 wins the Super Bowl. Patriots start the greatest sports dynasty ever. And then he broke our hearts. And after the 2019 season, he left and he went to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. He won another Super Bowl with them, and I'll never forgive him personally. But we then had to rebuild, and we dealt with a couple different quarterbacks. We had Mac Jones at one point. We had Cam Newton at one point. And then we drafted this guy Drake May, and We had a different head coach for the first time ever, like, in my lifetime. Uh, Starting last year, we had Gerard Mayo. The team went, like, 4-13, like, terrible season last season, and I was kind of shots I had, like, resolved myself to be like, "Alright, look, I grew up, we won 6 Super Bowls. It's probably not gonna happen again for might be for the rest of my lifetime."
Really? You think so?
I
Or
that's what
you
I thought.
did? You did
That's what
think
I thought, and then, unfortunately for Gerard Mayo, they fired him after his first year as head coach. They brought in this guy, Mike Vrabel. He used to be a linebacker for the Patriots, and now, he went on to be the coach for the Tennessee Titans. They got rid of him, and then we brought him back. We brought back our old offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniels. And shots, we're currently 9 wins and 2 losses into the season. So we are on week 11. But back at the top of the NFL, it only took us 5 years. 5 years. That's an insane rebuild time. Most teams struggle for decades to rebuild.
really.
You think about like the New York Jets, like they were great back when like Joe Namath played for them back in like the 70s. They're still just God's least favorite team. You you have the unfortunate Buffalo Bills who in the 90s they went to 4 straight Super Bowls, didn't win a single one, and now, when Tom Brady left, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, they became the top team in the NFC East, and it seemed like they were just gonna, like, own us for the next, like, 10, 15 years. And how quickly we have risen back to
He
our
has
rightful
risen.
place on the throne.
We're so back.
It just feels good. It feels good to be a football fan. It's weird, but like I said, for the first time in 5 years, I have hope for my team.
Well,
I think we're definitely going to the playoffs this year. I think there's a chance we go to the Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if you see, but I've actually been watching football a little bit more.
I have seen that.
Me and my buddies, we get together every Thursday, go out, have some drinks and some food, and watch the game.
Yeah.
Thursday games are not good typically.
Yeah, I will say, like, Monday night football and Thursday night football are typically like
Go
yeah,
to
we'll add an extra game in just for, just so you don't have to wait a whole week, but
right Sunday night,
normally
maybe.
not that great. Sunday night, baby.
But
That's the one you want.
for the listeners, my team is the Birds.
Go Birds. Philadelphia Eagles,
They're
who
doing
are
pretty
also
well
doing pretty
too.
well.
Seven and
They're
two.
they're also doing very well. I will say there's been a lot of, like, drama with them. I don't know if you've seen this.
Not I'm not like as in tune as you are. I do keep
Yeah,
track, but
yeah. So the Eagles have a player, his name is AJ Brown.
yeah.
He's, like, one of their star wide receivers, and when they won the Super Bowl, uh, last year, he said in an interview recently that he celebrated for, like, 5 minutes. And then it dawned on him that he, like, didn't have that big a role in winning, and so he was kinda like, "Man, I just wanna be on a team where, like, I'm contributing."
What
I will
that
say
mean?
this. Well, so here's the thing, Shots. Wide receivers very typically are divas, and I think AJ Brown's a bit of a diva. I think he wants to be the star of the team. He wants to be the one, like, carrying it on his back. Um, and he's just not that guy in Philadelphia. They don't
You're not
need
him.
him to be that guy.
You're just
Right.
not him.
It's just like it's weird. It's weird. There's been a lot of drama with him. He recently he there was a streamer who was playing Madden and AJ Brown was playing Madden and like on this guy's stream and AJ Brown says to this guy, knowing that this guy's streaming live, that he was like, "Hey, if you have me on your fantasy football team, trade me away, get rid of me. Don't play me." Basically being like, "You're wasting your time. Like, I'm not doing anything in Philadelphia." And
Wow,
it's just like, this guy is,
that's so
it's
dramatic.
it is very dramatic, and he's made other statements, like, talking smack on, like, Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, and stuff like that, and it's weird. It's a weird time. There's always a lot of drama with Philly sports, I've noticed. Like,
Right.
even when they're doing good, there's always a lot of drama, and it's just like, "You guys are doing really well, there's no need to do this," but,
So what do you think, Pat? You and me versus in a Super Bowl this year
oh, buddy.
for
I
like the third
mean,
time?
yeah, yeah. I think it's possible. I think in all honesty, I think it would be a very defensive heavy game if it did happen, because I think both teams' defenses are doing more than their offenses are right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just hope. Um, I honestly, I'd love to see different teams in the Super Bowl this year. I while look at, I would love for the Patriots to go back and win number 7, which would be incredible. I don't realistically think it's actually going to happen. I'd love to see like the Bills finally get over the hump because they've been doing well for the last couple of years. I'd love to see the Lions get there because I really like their head coach. Um, yeah, I don't want the Chiefs. I'm over the Chiefs thing, and I want to see new faces. I want to see new faces in the Super Bowl.
Let's get the Vikings in there. Let's make the Buccaneers. I don't know.
No, we don't want the Buccaneers. Well, they just got one with Tom Brady. They don't need another one.
So who hasn't who statistically hasn't won a Super Bowl?
Oh boy, you want
Who
like the list of teams? Hang on. Here we go. So I know the obviously, like I said, the Bills have never won a Super Bowl.
the Falcons,
Uh, yep, the Arizona
Panthers?
Cardinals, the Falcons, the Bills, the Panthers, the Bengals, the Browns, the Lions, the Texans, the Jaguars, the Chargers, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Tennessee Titans. Now, you're surprised about the Panthers. So the closest they ever got was with Cam Newton back in like
Yeah.
2015. But they lost in the Super Bowl to the Broncos. Um, the Panthers and the Houston Texans are the 2 newest teams in the NFL. They were only created back in, like, 2002. So, like, they're very young franchises. Uh, the Bills, the Lions, they've been around a lot longer, so it's kind of more embarrassing that they've never won a Super Bowl. Same Titans are a newer team as well. They used to be the Houston Oilers, and that's a whole. Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl in 2000 and lost by 1 yard. Very, very tough game. But yeah, so that's currently life in the eyes of a football fan. Um, you know,
Very
but
interesting.
very interesting, very interesting. We'll see how the season plays out. I'll keep the audience updated at home. Um, but we have a couple pieces of video game news that I wanted to talk about quick. So I thought I discussed this with Terry last time we had an episode. I don't think we ever ended up getting to it. Shots, did you see that Microsoft has come out and announced that the newest Xbox console, when it launches, will have a price tag of $1,200?
What?
Yeah, that's right. They're talking over $1,000 for a gaming console. And I don't know what we're doing anymore, Xbox. I don't know what the plan is
Is
here.
is it actually a fridge this time?
I don't know. It might be.
Why is
It
it
better
so
be.
why is it so expensive?
I don't know, like, to me, and again, I'm not, like, huge on, like, video game, awareness. I try to be for the channel, but, like, I think Xbox seems to be trying to go for this, like, you know, they want to appeal to, like, really hardcore gamers more than, like, the casuals, and I don't know how well that strategy is gonna work out for them.
What is what's so hardcore about the console? What is it gonna do for me that my PC can't?
Well, and this is the thing that I sit here and I'm like, if you're charging $1,200 for a console, most people are just gonna switch to a PC.
Right.
Like it wouldn't make sense to do so. I was kind of wondering if like is Xbox trying to sell PCs because they are owned by Microsoft? Like, is the goal ultimately to get people there? Because like, why tank the Xbox brand to do that? I don't know.
Well, that was actually that transitions into something I want to bring up too. Did you
Mm.
see, Pat, that the people that created the Steam Deck have announced a console?
Yes, so that was the next thing I wanted to talk about. So you know, looks cool. I don't think it runs as powerfully as the Steam Deck from what I've seen.
No, it's stronger than the Steam Deck.
It is
Like,
stronger than the
it's
Steam
like
Deck.
5 that's the whole point of it. It's a console. It's like 5 times more
Okay.
powerful.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. I feel like that'll be much more like Steam is showing up as like a major powerhouse in like the gaming world the
right.
last couple of years, and I feel like they're gonna overshadow Microsoft and Xbox with the moves that they're making.
Well,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I mean, it's like Xbox is literally just I don't wanna say copying, but, like, it's like the Invincible meme. It's like, "Look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power."
Right,
You
right.
know? It's like it
Yeah.
has Steam on it natively. It is
Mhm.
a PC, so you can emulate. You can pretty much
Right.
run Nintendo, PlayStation games. Xbox itself is on there. If you have, like,
Yeah.
Games for
Yeah.
Gold or whatever it is, Game Pass that lets you do that. So it's like
I think I think it's interesting too that like Xbox is also seeming to like go away from like having Xbox exclusives. Did you see that too?
well, yeah, like
Where
Halo's
like
on PlayStation
yeah,
now,
right, right.
like
And it's just
sacrilegious.
like right. And like don't get me wrong, I get that like I've never really been a fan of the console wars in general, but like
Sure.
it's not like PlayStation is like giving up their exclusives that easily. Like you at least have to wait a long time to get exclusives on Steam or wherever else you're going to get them.
Right. Like it took what, a year and a half, 2 years for Spider-Man, all the Spider-Mans to come on PC?
Right. Right. So like I don't understand Xbox's strategy anymore. I just don't get it. But maybe I'm
I
not
th
meant to.
I think they struck gold with Game Pass, and
Yeah.
then instead of, like, building upon that, they kinda just, like, sidelined it. It's like, "Oh, you know what? This is good enough. Let's figure something else we can cook with real quick."
Well, and you know, they're increasing the price of Game Pass too, and it's like you're driving people away. Like
Right.
I don't understand.
And I
I don't
think
get it.
maybe we talked about this before, maybe Terry and I
Mm,
did, but, like, they're justifying it because I think they're including, like, Ubisoft and all those other random
right.
subscriptions in, so it's, like, all-encompassing.
Mhm.
Do I care, though?
Right.
Do I
Right.
care about that? I mean, I already have 1,000 games, so I really need another extra 200?
Yeah.
I
Yeah. And
don't
like
know.
I feel like let that be like an add-on that people can do if they want to spend more. But
Want to.
like
Right,
right. But if you don't want to, then don't. I don't know. Like
right. And you can't even, as far as I'm aware, do monthly subscriptions anymore, right? Like, it's only a year?
I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a year.
Not like, is it cheaper? Yes, it's cheaper to get the year, but not
Sure.
everybody can afford or wants to shell that out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's one lump sum at one time.
right. And if me as a company, I'd be like, "You know what? Yeah, go for monthly. Give me that extra
Yeah.
$10 every month." It
Right.
adds up.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't know
get
what
it.
they're doing. I'm confused, but
I think they could
it
have
is
cooked if they went the handheld route, like what was
yeah.
hypothesized. That could have
Yeah.
potentially been a nice boost, I guess, because like that, I forget what it's called, but that
ROG
handheld
Ally, right?
no, not even that, the thing that
Mm.
PlayStation It's basically
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the one for your phone, but an actual
Like a
one.
backbone type of thing?
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
backbone, but, like, not.
yeah, right.
It still only streams, like, you can't just play.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the Vita? That thing was so ahead of its time.
Bro, I tell Terry that all the time, and, like, I wish the Vita could have been what it
Should have been.
proposed to do,
Yeah.
and I think you could do it now. I just don't know how many people want to really.
Right, like, that ship has sailed. Nintendo owns that, like,
Yeah, the
demographic,
portability thing. Yeah,
and it's a shame.
yeah. What a shame. What a shame. All right, Shots. We're gonna take our first break, and then we'll come back, play some games, and then later on we'll talk about Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
It's coarse and grainy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and this is our gaming segment. And the first game we're gonna play today, this is Devil's Advocate.
Ooh.
This is the game where I will say a category. Shots will pick which side that he wants to argue for, and then I will play devil's advocate for the other side. Shots, are you ready?
Oh, I was born ready.
Born ready. All right. In honor of the video or the movie that we're talking about today, I want to talk about the concept of, and here's the categories we have to choose: open world games versus a gaming sandbox. So obviously, a gaming sandbox is the story is much more like compressed down. You can only kind of fit inside that little world versus open world game. You can go anywhere. You can do anything. There's no linear progression of the story. That sort
So
of
you
deal.
so you mean, like, linear games where you only can follow
Yep.
one path?
Hmm.
Okay. So, like, the
Hmm.
old school Assassin's Creeds, like, versus the new ones, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Or even like old school Pokemon versus new school Pokemon.
That's true, that's true. Okay.
You know.
Alright.
So
Uh, ooh, I gotta
and the
say
way we'll do this, I'll give you 1 minute to argue your side. I'll play devil's advocate for the other side for another minute,
uh,
and then the third minute we'll debate each other back and forth. All right.
okay.
Okay.
What side
Shots.
do I like? Oh, man.
Yeah. What do you want? What are you
You know
thinking?
what? As somebody who suffers severely from ADHD and squirrel
Okay.
brain, I am
Okay.
very easily distracted, and
All right. So we're
open world.
starting.
What?
You're starting. You got your minute. Go.
Okay. Well, single player games that have
Hmm.
linear stories, the GOAT.
Hmm.
They're so
Hmm.
good. You know, they oftentimes when you have an open world game, it takes resources, time, and like uh development. That's the same thing as resources, to the game itself, you know.
Hmm.
You have
Hmm.
to spend all this time creating like all this little nuances and side quests. And sometimes it gets to the point where maybe the quests aren't worth doing. You're just doing the same fetch quests 5 different
Yeah.
times and just a different flavor for the same characters. Like, why do I
Hmm.
even care about doing this? This offers nothing to the story. It's just a time waster, and it's just like, why do I have to go collect 17,000 different collectibles? Like, does this do something for me? I'm already
Yeah.
overpowered. It's nice to be able to just play a game, walk through the mission, and devs can get creative. They can give you the option of choice, but it all leads to the same path anyway. And like if you play the game again, like, you know what? I took the left path, I'll take the right path this time. But it's still like the same
And that's
exact
your
thing.
and that's your time. So okay, I now have a minute. So here's the thing: you're saying you like linear progression. I get that. My problem with linear progression is sometimes I get to a part in a game, like take early Pokemon, for example, where Snorlax blocks my path, and I go, man, I don't want to deal with finding the Pokeflute and doing all this. Give me a Breath of the Wild type experience where I can go do the shrines, I can collect the Korok seeds, I can do whatever I want. I'm looking for an experience specifically tailored to me. And when I'm looking for that in a video game, I want to be able to log into my game, start playing, and just go about and do whatever I want to do. It could take me years to get to the final quest. I don't really care about that. I'm trying to have a chill night. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to get, all all my collectibles in. You say you don't like them, but here's my problem, Shots. I Some people like the collectibles. I like the collectibles. I think they're entertaining. I think they're fun, and I definitely think that you know, especially Breath of the Wild, you get that sort of out of time. All right. So now we'll get a minute. Go back and forth.
All right.
Time starts now. You
Well,
know what I'm saying? Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, great games, great examples of open world triumphing over linear progression.
let me give you a great examples of linear. Jedi Fallen Order. That is a great
Sure,
example of linear. Um,
sure.
what's it called? Astrobot.
You could argue that's kind of open world in a
Kinda,
way.
not really.
'Cause
And, like, let me
you can
ask you something, Pat.
choose.
Do you
Mm,
like
mm.
sitting there and having to Google where all Korok seeds are because it's literally impossible to find them on your own? I
Bro,
don't think that's fun.
I ain't go for all the Korok seeds. I ain't gonna hold you, but I did do all the shrines.
Right, and even if you
Um,
did want to, you couldn't.
I mean, you could, and then you get the giant poo at the at the end.
Right. It's just like
I listen.
I'm listening.
Open world, you have a bigger map to follow. I don't want to be bogged down in what other people have dictated is the path I want to follow. When I'm playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, do I want to start with the easiest gym or do I want to go up? Do I want to face the baddest man on the planet and do I want to take him down with my level 5 Pokemon? Yeah, I do. It probably won't
Well,
happen, but I want to try.
and maybe, Pat, maybe it's all part of the storytelling. Games like Stellar Blade, where you start from the bottom and now you're here at the top. You have to fight these bosses in a sequential order, and you literally grow with the character and you better understand their journey to where they get to fight the big bad at the end. You don't get that with open world games where you could just go through heart of skill, beat Ganon with a stick.
But people do it. But
People
people
do
do
it.
it.
What does that really do for you?
All right, we're out of time. I Here's the thing. When you started, I fully was like, I hope he picks open world. I was like, okay. Why do I like open world now?
I don't.
Here's the thing. I like open world games. Would I prefer a more like not boxed in, but like a more like pushed in approach? Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And unironically, I feel like Fallen Order was a good example of a linear game, but like it still has that exploration aspect.
Yeah, yeah, I think that and Astrobot, like I said, I feel like they're kind of a mix of both because, like, once you get into like each world, it is kind of linear, but like you can choose to go wherever, and it does change the story for you a little bit, especially in like Fallen Order. Because you had said that you spoilers for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Um, you got to the point where you were like romancing Marin like towards the end of that game. I never got that. I had no
Uh-huh.
idea. So, like, when that starts like, when they're playing off of that in Jedi Survivor, I go,
What
"What
the
is this?
heck?
What
What's
is
even
going
that?
on here?" But, yeah, I like that sort of, like, endless possibilities thing, but I think there is something to be said about, like, just letting the story progress as it should and just kind
Yeah,
of do whatever you're gonna do.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, as you know, that was Devil's Advocate. Today, Shots has brought us a game that comes from his TikTok for you page. Shots, tell us about the game we're going to play.
Yeah, so I was scrolling TikTok as any of us do,
Mhm, mhm,
and I stumbled across another fellow podcasters who were playing another fellow nerdy game. This game is called, and I am full on stealing it because I'm not creative enough to think of something
mhm.
myself. Tower of Nerds. It is a game, Patrick, where we both pick our own categories, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And we'll say the category in my head would be uh, characters of super strength. So
Okay.
it is your job to throw out characters from DC, Marvel, Uncanny Comics, whatever you could think of
Mhm,
that would fit in that category. And if you say Flash, I'll just say no. Or if you say
right.
Superman, I'll say yes. but it's
Mhm.
your job to find a common linking thread for those characters and be like, okay, well, all these characters fly. Is it a fly? Is it that they fly?
Right,
Nope.
right.
And then if you do not get the guess, say you get we'll go with four characters for the
Mhm.
sake of
Okay,
time.
okay.
If you do not guess the correct category, I will go into redemption. You will name off whatever remaining characters I did not guess, and I will have to
Okay.
think what the connecting thread between those characters are.
Gotcha,
And if I
gotcha.
guess it
Okay.
correctly, I'll win.
Alright, alright. I like it, I like it. Since you introduced this game, I will allow you to go first and guess first.
Okay. Um, can I get Batman?
No, you cannot get Batman. Can I get Batman?
No.
Okay, okay.
Can I get Wonder Woman?
No. No, you cannot have Wonder Woman. Can I get Spider-Man?
No, you cannot get Spider Man.
Okay, okay.
Can I get Venom?
No, you cannot get Venom. Can I get Wolverine?
You cannot get Wolverine.
Okay, okay.
Could I get Professor X?
No, you cannot get Professor X. Can I get the Hulk?
You cannot get the Hulk.
Okay.
Could I get Superman?
You cannot get Superman.
Hmm.
Can I get can this be from all fiction or just like superheroes?
I think for the sake of my brain, we'll just stick with
Sure.
like what I said
Superheroes.
before. Yeah.
Okay. Um, can I get Black Panther?
You cannot get Black Panther.
Okay. Okay.
Can I get Hawkeye?
Cannot get a Hawkeye.
Hmm.
Can I get the Green Lantern?
You can get Green Lantern.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You got Green Lantern.
I got Green Lantern. Let me write that down.
Oh, let me write that down. Let me cook so I don't forget.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so
Works.
that's one out of four.
Sure.
Uh, can I get Spider Man?
You cannot get Spider-Man.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, Green Lantern. Can I get Wanda Maximoff? Ooh. Ooh.
Wanda Max. I'm gonna. You know what? I'll give it to you. I'll give you Wanda.
Ooh. Right. All
I'll give you
right.
Wanda. I'm not confident on that, but I'll give you her.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Okay. Can I get Quicksilver?
You cannot get Quicksilver.
Jeez. All right.
Okay. I have Green Lantern. I have Wanda. Can I get Ooh. Can I get like Beast Boy?
I'm gonna I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
You hesitated there, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Can I get can I get Black Adam?
Hmm. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me look something up quick. Let me look something up quick.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. He's researching, ladies and gents.
No. No, you cannot get Black Adam.
Dang. Okay.
Dang.
Dang.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Can I get Dr. Fate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Can I get Shazam?
You cannot get Shazam.
Okay.
Okay. This might do it here. This might do it here. Can I I'm trying to think of how I wanna have this category go. Can I get I'm caught here. I'm caught here. Can I get Doctor Strange? This will be very telling for me. He's gotta research it. He's gotta look it up.
I'm gonna say no, but
Mm,
there's a caveat to it, which I'll explain later.
okay, okay. That might help me, actually. Okay. Your turn.
Um, jeez. Can I get Cyborg?
I'm gonna say yes, but I think there's a caveat to it as well.
Okay.
So yes.
Yes. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We're on the board, baby.
You're on the board, baby.
We're on
Okay.
the
Okay.
board.
Oh, I should have been thinking about my next guess. um, can I there was a caveat to it for Doctor Strange. Oh, think, Patrick. Think. Can I can I just guess the category?
No.
No, I have to get 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Um I'm running in my mind's eye. If it's the category I'm thinking, uh can I get Thanos?
No.
No. Maybe I'm wrong then. Okay.
Can I get, Lex Luthor?
You cannot get Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
You thought you got me there, huh?
I did. I had an
Thought you
idea.
thought we were going somewhere, but we
Yeah.
ain't. Okay. Can I get um can I get the white tiger?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. I don't
Can
know.
I get Hal Jordan?
You cannot get Hal Jordan.
Huh.
Hmm. You cannot have Hal Jordan.
Okay.
Um, can
Wait,
I
did I say the wrong one?
can I
Oh, I
get
did.
he knows.
Oh!
Can I get um ba, 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 ba. Can I get Captain America?
You cannot.
No.
No. Can I get Jon Stewart?
You can get John Stewart.
Oh, let's go.
You can get John Stewart. Can I can't have Doctor Strange. Can I have Doctor Strange's cape?
Is that a superhero?
I mean, you know?
I don't know. Does that
Okay, uh, I think I know the category you have. I just can't think of another person to fit this category. Um, can I get can I get Cyborg? Did I say that? Can I get Cyborg?
No, you didn't say it, and no, you can't have him.
Okay.
Can I get Black Panther?
You can't get Black Panther. You can't get Black Panther. Shots is right on the precipice here. I really need to lock in. Um,
Ooh,
can I? This is for all the marbles here.
it is.
Can I get? Uh, I know this doesn't directly fit in with the stuff that we've said, and this is breaking one of your rules. Can I get Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh?
What?
Can
No,
I get Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh? No.
no. Can I have Miles
Dang.
Morales?
No, you cannot have Miles Morales.
Really?
Really? Wow, Shots doesn't have the category. Oh my god, that was crazy. I thought you were about to scoop it here. That's wild. I thought you knew exactly where I was going. Okay. Can I? I don't. I have no idea what your category is, my guy. I thought I did, and now I don't think I do.
Well, that's great because I also thought I knew your category, but apparently not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What? It's not Miles?
It's not Miles.
Is it on a technicality?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Huh.
I'll explain. Um,
Okay.
I don't know. Can I have uh Reed Richards?
No.
No. Okay.
Can I have Blade?
You can't have Blade.
Okay.
Is that four for you?
It is.
It is. Do you want to
Yeah.
guess the category,
I will
or do I get
definitely.
a turn first?
Well, no, I'll guess. If I don't get the
Okay.
category right, I'll
Okay.
reveal a
Okay.
last character for you, and then you can guess for
Sure.
redemption.
Sure.
So Blade, Black Panther,
Hmm.
uh, John Stewart specifically,
John Stewart.
and then technically Cyborg.
Technically a cyborg.
Technically Cyborg. So there's an obvious answer. Is it black superheroes with no mask?
Ooh, no, that is not the category.
No?
You're gonna be so disappointed.
I
You're gonna
think
be
I
so,
will be.
okay.
Okay.
Like I said,
Um,
cyborg is like a. I have to explain it,
I think
but
that one might be throwing me off.
that might be throwing you off. All right, reveal a character for me, please.
What were your so you said Wanda,
Wanda, Doctor
Doctor Fate,
Fate, and Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, Superman.
Are these people from a different planet?
Nope.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, all right. You're up. Cyborg might be throwing you off.
I think so.
Oh wait, I have to give you another character, don't I?
No, because I'm at 4 already.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could if you wanna throw in another character that fits the category.
You're doing fine.
Dang it, why didn't I say anything? Um,
I'll give you another one. Luke Cage.
you're really throwing me for a loop here.
Hmm. Hmm.
Wow. I
Hmm.
don't know.
Hmm.
Is
Hmm.
it I think Cyborg's just really freaking me up,
So take Cyborg out of it. Take Cyborg out.
right? So
Look at the
Luke
other guys.
Cage, Black
Hmm.
Panther,
Hmm.
John Stewart,
Hmm.
Blade.
Hmm.
The audience is screaming at me right now. They're like, "You
I
idiot."
I'll tell you this. I've seen TikTok videos with this specific category in mind, where people like go up to other people at Comic Con and have them like list out as many of these characters as they can.
Is it I feel like I'm overcomplicating it. Is it just like black superheroes?
No, that is part of it, but no. Okay. So I have Green Lantern, Wanda Maximoff, Doctor Fate, and who was the fourth person you gave me?
I said Superman.
Superman.
Um, huh.
Are these people who they all get their powers from something else? Like not internal to them?
I mean, Wanda's a mutant, isn't she?
In some iterations, yes, in some iterations, no.
Uh,
But
no, that's not it.
hmm,
Well, I say, Pat, this is the last one for all the marbles, 3 guesses
okay,
each.
okay, okay.
Um, yeah, so I have part of it, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Those ones they go up to people. It's like,
Yep,
name these characters
yep.
from comics or whatever.
So again, you've identified that these are all black superheroes.
Right.
What else do they have in common? Don't forget who you eliminated too. I think that's big.
Cyborg. And there's a reason
Mhm.
why he almost didn't count.
Yes.
There's a
And
reason
I
why
specifically told you Miles Morales did not count. That's the biggest hint I could give you.
is it like age?
No,
No?
no.
I don't know. I don't know because like to me in my head, like, okay, Miles is Dominican, so maybe that's why it doesn't count.
No, no.
That's what I was thinking.
No, I'm not being a racist. No.
Well, I mean, it's true. He is.
Yeah,
Well, he's both, I
but
think,
no,
but I don't
no.
know.
Do you want the reveal?
What do you want to try to guess first?
Your category?
Yeah.
Can you give me another hint?
Another hint. I'll give you another character. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Do they all just fly?
Yeah.
God, love it.
that
Ah, that
is it.
was that was so complicated. I was like, at first, I was like, oh, they all have like a magical object that gives them their powers. Because I was like, okay, the lantern, Wanda, like the Darkhold, the book, Doctor Fate has the helmet, and that's why I was like, okay, what other characters have like something? And that's why I was like, can I get Doctor Strange's cape? Can I get whoever?
And that's why I said I'm gonna say technically no to Doctor Strange because he himself can't fly, but the cape does, and he doesn't
Yeah,
have like control over it technically.
that's yep. Okay, got me there. Got me there.
So what the heck is your category?
Do you want to know?
Yes.
Black superheroes who don't have electric powers. Specifically, who do not have electric powers.
I've seen that exact freaking
Yes,
TikTok.
you have.
Yes, I have.
Yes, you have. Oh, all
This
right.
has gotta be
So,
racist. Well, ladies and
gentlemen,
gents, that was
those are our
Tower of
games.
Nerds.
All right, we're gonna
Uh,
take a quick break, and then we'll be back to talk about Prince of Persia: Sands of Time,
That was
2010.
I was robbed.
And we back, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna talk about Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time from 2010. Shots. You've played a couple of the Prince of Persia games. I remember playing one very briefly, like just with my brother. I can't remember if it was the Sands of Time or the one that they just called Prince of Persia. I don't really remember. Tell me about your experience with these video games.
Well, so I'm gonna be honest, when I played it, I was also very young. Like
Mhm.
the game I played unironically was The Sands of Time.
Right.
And that game is literally just like the movie. You have control over an hourglass and it rewinds you. So if you mess up that parkour jump or you take too much damage and you're about to die, rewind
Mhm.
it, try again. But your thing only recharges when you collect sand out of combat, I think. It's been a
Right.
long time. Like that game came out, it was on the original Xbox. It came out in 2003.
Mhm.
Um, it was fun. It was if you don't know about Prince of Persia, the backstory is it was a supposed to be an Assassin's Creed game,
Oh, okay.
and it ended up the people didn't like the story or something along those lines, and it ended up getting changed into its own title, Prince of Persia.
Boop. Editor Terry. Actually, it's the other way around. Assassin's Creed 1 was supposed to be a Prince of Persia game, and then they decided to spin it off into its own thing, which resulted in the Assassin's Creed franchise. I've already roasted shots about this in our text group, so don't worry. Okay, back to it.
Interesting.
And then it became its own franchise and its own self right, and it's what it is, what we know it as today. I think the
Hmm.
newest one came out like a year or 2 ago.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a ton of games,
Yeah,
and I didn't know that.
there's a
I thought there
boatload.
was only, like, 2.
There is a ton.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was very reminiscent of Assassin's Creed again, but a little different. It had
Mhm.
more pronounced parkour, more exaggerated, I should say. Like you could run on walls almost
Right.
indefinitely and stuff like that. And you know the classic thing where you grab like the pole and you just keep swinging around in circles.
Mhm. Mhm.
The combat was very similar. The button mashing with the fancy finishers and all that.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Assassin's Creed, so this felt right at home for me,
Mhm.
and that's really it. I honestly don't have too much more experience with them. I should. I
Yeah.
should play, like, the newer ones because I don't think you really need to play any of the other ones to play, like, they're all self-contained.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I it's interesting that this game was supposed to be an Assassin's Creed game because this movie feels like it wants to be an Assassin's Creed
And
movie.
Patrick, I wanted to say this to you, like, I wasn't on the episode with you and Terry when you talked about the
Mhm.
Assassin's Creed movie,
Mhm.
but I've seen it. I've watched it.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
this was better Assassin's Creed movie than the Assassin's Creed movie.
Oh, I agree. I 100% agree.
Like, they have
Yeah.
the hay barrel jumps, like, the parkour, the combat.
Mhm.
I don't know,
Mhm.
it was just better.
There's literally a scene where Jake Gyllenhaal's character gets to, like, the ledge, and he has, like, a rope in his hand,
Yeah,
and, like, he does, like, the dive, but then he, like, catches himself, and I was like,
he does the leap
"Did
of
they
faith.
just steal that from Assassin's Creed? Are they
Yep,
serious right now?" That is so funny. Okay.
but now
That
it makes a
actually
lot more
helps with a lot
sense.
of context. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, the inspiration is there.
yeah. I will say, so let's just talk about it. The first thing, there's an awful lot of white people in this movie. There's
Uh,
an awful lot of white people
it's a
in
lot of
this movie.
flashbangs.
It's just so okay. Prince of Persia comes out in 2010. Disney really wants to like create like its new franchise. They had all this success with Pirates of the Caribbean and they were like, okay, what's another like IP that we can use that like will give us the same sort of like action adventure type of thing? So they bought the rights to Prince of Persia. They cast Jake Gyllenhaal as the main character.
Can I just say too real quick, I cannot look
Yeah.
at Jake Gyllenhaal and not see Jake Gyllenhaal.
There's 2 reasons for that, Chance. One is that this is such a weird role for Jake Gyllenhaal, not just because he's doing brownface, but because, like, he's not really an action adventure star in my mind.
I don't think he did
Um,
bad.
he was fine. The wig was bad.
The wig was
His
terrible.
wig was terrible, and it was distracting the entire movie.
Like, he's just all forehead.
Yeah, yeah,
It just doesn't look natural on him. I don't know.
right. And I don't know. This movie starts out and you have the Persians coming to invade this holy city of Alamut. And I will say too, very, very, very early on, there are a lot of weird, like, and I'm not normally a type to nitpick this stuff, but like the CGI and like some of the directing choices were very weird to me. There were a lot of like quick cuts and like you said, like a lot of flashbangs and a lot of like moments where they like randomly did like slow-mo for like 2
So
seconds
much
and then
slow-mo. So much slow-mo.
and I was like, "What are we doing?" Like, this is so out of place and confusing to me.
Like,
Uh,
the sands
I
of slow-mo is what this movie should have been called.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I
ridiculous.
will say so they're invading the city. They've been told that there are weapons there that they have to go get. Um, the scene where Jake Gyllenhaal's character, his character's name, by the way, I wrote it down. um,
Destin?
Dastin, yes.
Dastin. Yeah.
Dastin is like climbing up this wall as like his soldiers shoot arrows into the wall to like give him little perches. Cool, you
It looks
know,
cool.
that was fine. That was fine. I just like, I don't know. It felt like it was trying to be this big spectacle in the beginning, and it was just kind of like, oh, okay, okay. They have to lift up the gate, and then all the soldiers are coming to fight all at the same time, and you know,
Whatever.
whatever. Um, but so he's fighting. He ends up in the fight stealing this dagger from the person he's fighting. That dagger just so happens to be the most important thing in the entire movie. Um, Shots enter another movie with MacGuffins because that dagger is the biggest MacGuffin
In existence.
in existence.
A time
Um,
MacGuffin.
yes, yes. We'll talk about when we start getting into the time travel aspect of it. But as you know, the Persians end up totally invading the city. They win. There's this princess who's like praying at this altar for the city to like be protected, and then she sees Dastin, and she ends up surrendering the city. Dastin's brother becomes like the king. His uncle is like an advisor. This movie shots the entire time I'm watching it, I'm like, this is just another Lion King, which is just another Hamlet retelling.
Honestly, is it bad too? I was getting, like, Aladdin vibes from this movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. It it feels like the uncle very much feels like Jafar,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, this is so odd to me. There's a lot of like unoriginality,
Right. And
is
yeah,
the best way I can put it.
and not to forget their father dies or is murdered.
Right, right. There's like he's been poisoned, but like the cape has been poisoned.
Yeah, he starts, like, burning,
Right.
which was
Um,
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
So
It's very graphic randomly.
right, right. We come to find out that the the Dastin thinks his brother has killed his father to take the throne for himself.
Right, because he gives the cape to him as a gift to give to his
Yes,
father.
yes. And then, Dastin's brother blames him because he put on this cape and then his father caught on fire, so he thinks he was involved somehow. But he, as the new king, he's like, "I want my brother to stand trial. I want people to see that like I'm a reasonable king and that there's the rule of law here." Whereas the uncle, I wrote his name down too.
His
Uh, Nazim.
Azim.
Nazim is like, no, we should kill him. We should totally kill him. He
Just
killed your dad. We
get rid
should
of him.
kill him. Right. And the whole time the brother's like, no, I'm not gonna kill my brother. That's crazy.
And then you have the third
Because
brother
again,
just like,
right,
sure,
right.
let's do it.
Um, so we come to find out that Destan and the princess they're running away. They have the dagger. She explains to him that, hey, this dagger will allow you to go back in time, and we see it in the movie where like he jumps out of his body and he kind of like sees the last like minute of his life like replay, and
Yeah.
then he's the only one who remembers what happens in that minute. um so he's trying to use the dagger to go far enough back in time that he can prove his innocence to his brother. And then at some point, uh she's talking to him, and they're walking into the city because he has the dagger, and he's like, I'm going to prove my innocence. And she's talking, and she's like, oh, you walk with such Persian prince pride or whatever. And he turns back, and in one of the worst pieces of dialogue I've ever heard, he goes, what you're looking at is the walk of a man who just lost everything. And I was just like, "Give me a break, brother. I can't take this seriously
It
at
wasn't
all."
that bad.
Like, your dad died and you got exiled. You're still alive. You have a magical artifact that can reverse time. You're gonna be fine. Chill out.
And then she absolutely debates him after that.
Oh my god. So I was just gonna say, so like the whole time they have this like um relationship where she's trying to get the dagger back from him because she recognizes that it's like this priceless artifact. She's the guardian of this dagger,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, "Well, I'm using it to clear my name, so I don't care what you say." And as they're walking, she pretends to like faint from like being dehydrated, and he's talking and they're like mocking each other, and he realizes like, oh my god, she fell. So he turns back and he rushes over to her and he's like, oh my god, princess, princess. And then she takes this like giant bone that was just lying on the ground and clobs him on the head, Flintstone style.
And he just like stares at her for a second and then
And then
falls
he
over.
falls unconscious. And I was just like, what is happening here? And then shots, I don't know if you noticed this, who shows up but Alfred Molina, aka Doc Ock.
Yeah,
He's the actor that shows up as like the Sheik.
which is so funny.
It's it's
It's
so
Steve
weird.
Toussaint,
Yeah. Yeah. Um so
my boy.
oh god, he takes them to this like bazaar where Jake Gyllenhaal's character pretends that like this is some random girl that he found. He was going to sell her for a sheep or whatever. Um and there's like an ostrich race
Yeah.
at this like bazaar that they're at.
Yeah, because like they have this whole like persona of being like dastardly thieves that will like hang people or kill them or whatever. They have like a bunch of skeletons at the front of the gates, and
Mhm.
it's all just a facade. And he's like,
It's
Jake
all fake.
Gyllenhaal, he's like, well, what about the hanging bodies you have? He's like, I bought them from a gypsy. They're fake.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
right, right,
we just
right.
do it so we don't have to buy taxes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he's just a gambling man.
He's a gambler,
He's
man.
just a big sports gambler. But so he like kind of kidnaps the princess. He makes her like work for him. Jake Gyllenhaal has to save her, and then she kind of explains to him how the sand and the knife and the dagger how it works. So it's the sand glass of the gods, right? And she said that, years ago there was a woman who she prayed for the protection of the gods, and they gave her this dagger to, be able to turn back time and stop whatever catastrophe from happening. And then every like new generation like of protectors is born just with the sole responsibility of protecting the dagger. Um, so the dagger works by filling the vial at the hilt with sand, and then when you flick it open, you can use that sand to travel back in time up to a minute. You refill the sand from this like the sand glass where it's just this giant glass structure that you have to stab to get more sand. And he was like, "Well, if I just open it when the dagger's in there, can't I just go back in time like further?" And she's like, "No, you can't do that. It's forbidden." And immediately I go, "Oh, so that's where we're
Exactly
going.
what they're gonna do.
That's how this works." It's like in Ant-Man when they're like, "You can't go quantum," and you're like, "Oh,
Oh,
so
so
we're
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 going quantum.
we're gonna
Uh,
go quantum." That's cool.
yeah,
That's cool.
gotcha.
Um, so the whole time shots, I don't know if you noticed this, but like when they're talking about the dagger and how like it could destroy humanity if the sands of time are unleashed or whatever, my first thought was like, why don't we just destroy the dagger? Why don't we just get rid of it?
Well, I mean, sure, and they in fairness, they tried to do that.
Well, they try to like send it back to the gods,
Right.
but I'm saying like break it. Like straight up bend it, break it, do whatever you can.
You think you
Turn it into
can?
a spoon. I don't care. Like
You think you can break it?
I mean, I would try. I would at least
At least try.
if I'm directing this movie, I want to rule out that possibility. And they just don't. They just don't do that.
Right.
So they're like on the run. Doc Ock shows up again and
Yeah. Hello, Peter.
he like re-kidnaps them, but in the time that like when Jake Gyllenhaal escaped, he like started a riot in like the little bazaar that they were doing the ostrich races in. All of the ostriches died except for one.
The champion.
And then did you hear what he said? He says two things. He goes, "You can't organize an ostrich race with just one ostrich." And
Yeah.
I was like, Alfred Molina is really hamming it up in this role. It's really crazy.
Then he said something about like ostriches being suicidal. It's like this poor thing. I have to stay awake just to watch him at all hours, so he doesn't do anything
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, so ostriches have suicidal tendencies, so we're just trying to keep this one alive. I was like,
He has like a
"What?"
blindfold on it and everything. It's just like his beak sticking through
It was just it like this movie tried to do random moments of comedy,
a
and
lot.
I just went, "Why are we doing that for?"
There was a lot of times where Jake Gyllenhaal was just goofy, and it just
Yeah,
really took me out of it for a second.
yeah. There's the scene where it's like earlier on in the movie, he's being chased throughout the city, and, he swings down at one point and he sees all these women,
Yeah,
and then
and
he,
he's
like,
just
climbs
looking
up and
like,
he's like, "Ladies, hello?"
and then he runs
And
off real quick.
I'm like, "Wait, we don't have time for this. Stop doing that." Like, it's so weird.
Like, it's not that
So
type of
weird.
movie, I feel like, where
No,
like,
no, it's really
the
not.
comedy could be done, but not in the way it was executed, I feel.
Right,
I don't
right, I
know.
agree. But so we end up the uncle has sent this, like, assassin to come kill, Jake Gyllenhaal's character and retrieve the dagger because the uncle's the one who killed the father. He wants to use the hourglass to go so far back in time that when they were kids, he saved him from like a tiger
A
or something
CGI
attacking them.
fire.
Yes, a really bad CGI tiger. And he wants to go back in time and stop his younger self from saving his brother so that he will be king. It's very convoluted. But so he teams up with Doc Ock because he's like, "Hey, look at we need to use this dagger. There's a lot of gold. We'll get you a lot of gold if you just come with us." Doc Ock's like, "Sure, yeah, that's fine. All right." And
Don't
they
forget about,
go.
did I ever tell you the story of the whatever tribe?
I don't
The
remember what you're talking about.
his henchman, his right hand man, the dagger guy,
Oh,
tomahawk boy.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
so.
yeah.
That was like a running joke too, for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, yeah.
Jake's just like, yeah, you have. That's
Right.
it.
We're just wasting several beats in this movie to throw in random comedy, where I'm just like, this doesn't fit here. This doesn't fit here at all. Um, So they the princess is like, "Okay, I'm gonna sacrifice myself." They get to this village. All these people have been wiped out, and she's like, "Okay, we can't just hide the dagger. We have to send it back to the gods." So she's like, "The only way that works is we continue the original promise from the original person who begged for the dagger, and that means that like she's gonna die basically." So she goes to sacrifice herself. This dude with the long whip
A long,
shows up
a long way.
and he starts fighting Jake Gyllenhaal, and she gets knocked out, and then the slippery little snake shows up, steals the dagger for the assassin they've sent. I believe the assassin was called the Hussassin with an
That
H.
sounds, yeah.
Is that from the game? Is that real?
I don't know. I don't remember. Also, I don't know about you, but like there's a little beat there too before she gets knocked out and they almost kiss or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, "Well, let me do it. Let me sacrifice myself." And she's like, "No, only the guardians can do it."
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, "How do you know that?
You know that.
Has anybody tried?
Right, right.
I don't
I
think you
what
know
With
that."
these type of movies, I'm always like, were you given, like, a book of lore on this? Like, do you know that for a fact? Because
Right? Was there a rule book?
because like, no one else has ever done it. So, like,
Right.
how would you know?
Exactly. The same thing with putting a dagger in and using it while it was in the
Yeah,
thingy. Like, how do
right.
you know it's gonna do that?
How do you know? How
Are
do
you
you
just
know? Did the
assuming?
gods
I mean,
tell you?
you were correct, I think,
Yeah, right,
but
right.
anyway,
Um, but so okay. So they have this battle. The henchman that you mentioned, Doc Ock's henchman, he's the one who ends up fighting, like, the assassin. And that's a weird, like, fight that they have for a little bit. That was the most, like, legit action scene, like, fight scene in this movie.
the one at the end with the daggers and the poison darts or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's
one,
the
I
most
was like,
choreographed.
I wish we had more of this compared to the rest of it. Because, like, so the uncle is played by Ben Kingsley, and it just felt like my man was like, "I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. You're gonna have to find somebody else." But so, they end up fighting. At one point, Ben Kingsley's character and Jake Gyllenhaal's character, they're fighting over this like cliff. They want to get the dagger. The princess is like struggling. She's like gonna fall, and she's like, "Destin, let me go. You have to let me go. You have to save the dagger. You have to save us all." And he's like, "No, I don't want to let you go." And she does the cliche thing where she like lets go herself, and then
Yeah,
she falls, and she's like, I wish we could have been together." And then she like falls into the abyss, and then they do the thing where they stab the uh, sandglass. They unleash the thing. They unleash the sands of time. It starts spreading all across the world, and then Jake Gyllenhaal is able to close it. But in doing so, it sends him back in time to the beginning of the movie,
ridiculous.
where they've just taken over the city, and he's like, "Oh my god, I can stop all this from happening." And I will say, one of the most anticlimactic like endings,
Yeah, it
because then they're just like arguing on the steps. Like, he's just straight up like, "Hey, I know what you're planning to do. You're doing this." And Ben Kingsley character's like, "No, no, me? No.
it's
No,
like
you."
the meme from Dexter or whatever. It was the one dude, he's like, "No, you're planning something." He's
Yeah,
just staring at him.
right, right. I just it was such a weird way to end the movie that I was like, I understand the purpose of it.
Yeah.
And like Jake Gyllenhaal's character ends up convincing his brother that like his uncle's a traitor. They fight, they kill him. But it's just like,
And him fighting him is
Okay.
so funny too, because it's like, bro, you're like 60.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not
He
gonna
pulls
really
out a
do
sword,
much.
they start fighting on the steps, and, like, some of the other, like, soldiers, like, kinda jump in to, like, help the uncle until
And
they
he takes
realize that, like
all out.
yeah, yeah. But then they realize that, like, Jake Gyllenhaal was right, and so you're just like, Okay, cool."
And then he like freaking yeets him over the balcony. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
sitting there like Loki after getting hit by the Hulk, just wheezing, and he just
"Uh,
pushes
uh."
on his chest.
Yeah, yeah. So then, they the brother or Destan and his brother, they go up to the princess and they're like, "Princess, we're so sorry we invaded your city. We were lied to. We want to make it up to you." And the brother, the brother's like, "The way we're gonna make it up to you is you're gonna marry Destan." I was like,
The
"What?"
one who saved you and invaded you, an actual
Well, and that's what
sentence he says.
right, right. And that's what I was like, at this point, the princess now doesn't know Destan at all. So I'm like,
Right.
why would she agree to that? Why would she be on board for that?
'Cause he's hot.
But you guys just killed a bunch of her citizens.
But
Like,
he's hot.
I guess.
He's got
I
the
guess.
shoulder.
He's got the hair. Right. And so they end up talking at the end of the movie, and he's like, I want to spend the rest of my life getting to know you. He gives her the dagger back. They seal the dagger away, and then the movie starts to fade out. And at the end of the movie, I want to know if this is from the games because the movie just ends with this like sentence that shows up on the screen that's like, it is said that some lives are linked across time, connected by an ancient calling that echoes through the ages.
Yeah, the game does say that.
The game does that. Okay. That's
Yeah.
what I thought because I was like, this feels so out of place here. It must be from the game.
Yeah.
It's the only reason we would do that. And that's the movie. And I think, Shots, the lesson I got from this movie was that the real Prince of Persia was the friends we made along the way.
I'm saying.
Oh God.
It's just a big nothing burger of time waste.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
were no stakes. The only thing lost were the random people crushed under the gate in the beginning of the movie,
Right. Right.
I guess.
God, I wish I could go back in time and stop myself from watching this movie.
It wasn't the worst movie I think we've watched, like,
No,
but
definitely not. No, like you said, this was a better Assassin's Creed movie than the Assassin's Creed movie.
agreed.
But it was just like you said, the the casting was bad. I Jake Gyllenhaal was fine. Like I said, I don't see him as like an action guy, so that felt off. I don't think he had any chemistry with the princess at all.
No. I thought, the actress's name, Gemma,
Yeah, yeah.
I thought she did good. I
I thought
liked
she
her.
did fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just it,
Like, literally everybody acted better than Jake in this
yeah,
movie. Like, his
yeah,
brothers, I thought were more convincing.
yeah. I
Uh,
do think that Alfred Molina and that whole side character, I was like, we could have gotten rid of that whole thing, and that would have been fine.
I'm also kinda pissed that they didn't, like, show the king at the end. They didn't go back to the
Right,
village
right.
or anything. Like, "Hey,
Yeah,
you don't know me, but I got a deal for you," or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
I don't know.
I also so like we didn't talk about this when we were talking through the movie, but like the way that he's a prince, the way that Destin's a prince is really weird because like the king adopted him because he was a beggar in the street, and so he's a prince through adoption.
No, because he had heart and he's willing to say what's on his mind. That's why he adopted him.
That's so stupid. That's so dumb.
Brothers gotta stand together. The sword is only
I just
strong.
I feel like we made his backstory very convoluted. 'Cause, like, you have him as a prince, but he's also like, "Oh, I didn't grow up in a castle like you, princess. I was a beggar on the street." And I was like,
He
"Yeah, but
did
you're a
though.
prince, though."
Yeah,
Right, like, what are you
he
talking
spent
about?
he spent the better half of his life in a castle.
Right, right. So I'm like, "Okay, buddy, let's calm down on that."
Let's turn the brown privilege down a little bit.
I okay, yeah. Of all the things in this movie, I just don't understand why there's so many white people. And I
They're
don't think
just
I'm gonna understand it,
tan
but
white people, that's it.
Jake Gyllenhaal has come out after this movie was released and said he regrets doing it.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because he's in brownface, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Well, I shouldn't say he's in brownface. They whitewashed the character, you know what I mean? Like, he's not they don't have him in, like, makeup or whatever, but, like, I don't know, in a way, they try to make him look like what's a good word? Ethnically vague enough to be Persian or whatever they're going for.
Yeah.
I don't know. This movie came out May 9th, 2010 in London, May 21st in the United States. It The budget was about 150 to 200 million and it grossed 336 million worldwide. So not the hit they were thinking,
Right.
especially when you factor in marketing and stuff like that. This movie is kind of a flop. Um, Again, the idea behind this was that it was going to be the new Pirates of the Caribbean. I will say, when this movie debuted, it became the highest grossing movie based on a video game at the time that has since been shattered to death by like Mario and like other movies. But
Sure.
interesting to note. Interesting to note. Um, it has a 36% on Rotten Tomatoes, with the critical consensus saying it doesn't offer much in the way of substance, but Prince of Persia is a suitably entertaining swashbuckler and a substantial improvement over most video game adaptations. I generally agree with that. Um, it like you said, it was kind of a nothing burger, but it did enough to be like, okay, like it's fine.
Yeah, I'll throw it on.
Yeah. I wish the CGI was better. I wish some of the acting was better.
Yeah.
And like I said, I really wish they didn't do the slow-mo stuff because that was driving me insane.
It is so much, dude.
Yeah, yeah. But,
You can't
that's
win them all.
life. Can't win them all. Like I said, would I go back in time to rewatch this movie? Probably not, but, you know you know. Shots, if you can go back in time, would you stop yourself from watching this movie?
I think I think I would stop myself and hop on Rivals for a couple hours. Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think I'd go back in time to when I knew the Patriots were going to win another Super Bowl, and I'd do that instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back in time to one more night out with the boys.
Ugh.
Legendary.
Uh, the pre-COVID times, baby.
Pre-Hurdy boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Double Kick Bonus Level. You can find us at Double Kick Games on Instagram. You can follow Shots at It's Shots. You can follow me at It's Pat Dad, and of course, follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts. Give us that 5-star rating; does really well for us. And think about what you would do if you can go back in time for just 1 minute.
Would you stab yourself in the heart and hope your brother brings you back? I know I wouldn't.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time.
Peace.